Hello and welcome to Soul Steps. I'm David Gallagher. Have you ever had a bad day? I mean, really bad. I had a bad day on November 9th, 2015. It didn't start off well and it did not end well. I went to AAA that morning to get an international driving license. I did all the prerequisite steps, got all the photo taken and the paperwork filled out, and got up to the counter to pay, the last step, and they informed me, because your driving license expires in April, your international driving license, which should have been valid for 1 year, is only valid until your driving license in America expires. Well, at that time, it only gave me 4 to 5 months of a valid international driving license. I said, thanks, but no thanks. I'll wait till I get my driving license in America renewed. Went to Costco. I got in line for gas. The line was long. Took a long time. I got up to the pump. My credit card was declined. I didn't know why. I knew it wasn't a problem with making payments on time or anything like that. But sometimes you go to use your card and it gets declined and you're not sure why. That afternoon, I had a couple of heart tests, an echocardiogram and a stress test scheduled. At noon, a few hours before the 3 o'clock appointment, they called to tell me the insurance company would not cover those. Great, canceled them. Then they called back, said, if we schedule them separately, insurance will cover both of them. Great. So come in at 1 and come in at 3. Great. Then they called back and said, no, insurance won't cover the echocardiogram. So we have to cancel that. I mean, it went on and on. I literally had the clinic call me like 4 times, changing the story and the times. It was crazy. And then at 8:30 that night, when I was scheduled to fly out to Africa the next day, we were getting ready to close on our house, and I get a call that the buyers want to see that the gas fireplaces are working. And they want me to go and turn all of them on and take photos and videos for them, which would not have been a huge deal except that I wasn't at the house anymore. I was on the other side of town, packing and trying to get ready to go early the next morning. It was not a good day. Do you ever have days that don't go well? Things just don't go according to your plan? It happens to all of us. But I want to remind you today, when those days come, they are only one day. Jesus said in the New Testament that in this world we would have trouble, but that we did not need to be afraid, because in the end, He is the one who will overcome the world. Psalm 9, verse 10 says, those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. It is so easy to get down and dejected and depressed when things don't go well. And sometimes it's not just one day. Sometimes it's several days, or a week, or several weeks, or months, that not so great things come our way. But God never intended, when we know Him, to let those things of this world pull us down. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. That word seek, the root meaning of the word is to tread or frequent a place. And most theologians believe it meant those who tread on the ground of God's temple, those who frequent God's temple and go to that place often to meet with God. And I want to encourage you today that make sure, if you're one who isn't seeking God, You're not going those places, treading the ground where you know God is. And that could be church, could be a home fellowship, could be a Bible study. It could be just time spent in the privacy of your home, in your den or your bedroom, just taking time out to be with God, frequenting a place of sanctuary with the Lord, because God has promised to never forsake you. And even when days don't look good and they're dark, He hasn't gone anywhere. Always. We are the ones who forsake God. He does not forsake us. I think that it's often important to look back and see how God's been faithful. In Psalm 77, verse 2, the psalmist is writing, "When I was in distress, I sought the Lord. At night I stretched out untiring hands, and I would not be comforted." And then it goes on to just talk about the agony of the psalmist's soul. And in verse 7 he writes, "Will the Lord reject forever? Will He never show His favor again? Has His unfailing love vanished forever? Has His promise failed for all time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has He in anger withheld His compassion? And then I thought, to this I will appeal, the years when the Most High stretched out His right hand. I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your miracles of long ago. I will consider all your works and meditate on all your mighty deeds." Get in God's Word and remind yourself of His faithfulness to His people over centuries and millennia. He is the same God back then as He is today. He doesn't change. Don't forsake the Lord. Thanks for watching Soul Steps today. Remember to visit us at our website, soulsteps.org. Share with us prayer requests. Look for volunteer opportunities with us. And as you're able, consider us in your giving. Thanks and God bless.